It's hot out there, but let's blow them off the line of scrimmage.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory.
For head coach Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys, at stake was the guarantee of the home field for playoff and conference championship games. If they beat the Washington Redskins on the last Sunday of the regular season, a victory would boost the Cowboy record to 12-2, best in the National Conference. And while the home field advantage is, of course, a plus, by winning, the Cowboys would help the St. Louis Cardinals much more than they would themselves, for a Dallas victory would put St. Louis in the playoffs. For Washington, the game boils down to a brutally basic reality. Beat the Cowboys and you're in the playoffs. Lose and you're out. A Redskin victory would give Washington and St. Louis identical 10-4 records, with the Redskins gaining the playoffs by virtue of 2 regular season victories over the Cardinals. Their season will be made or broken today, though their game face belies their predicament. Just a few weeks ago, everyone was counting the Redskins out. Too old, too slow, and over the hill is the way George Allen describes them, but somehow we managed to win. And with a somehow win over the Cardinals a month ago, the Redskins kept their season alive. But their season will die if the Redskins enter this locker room, and this sign literally applies when today's game is over. As they emerge, they know their task. A season hangs in the balance as the Washington Redskins face the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL Game of the Week. One big plus for the Redskins today is the fact that the Cowboy offense that had scorched the league during the first half of the season has been reduced to a flickering flame of late. During their first 7 games, Dallas averaged 26 points per game. But in their last 6, they have scored over 20 points just once. Those figures, plus the notorious big game capability of the Redskin defense, will be working in Washington's favor. Somehow, George Allen always gets his grizzly veterans up for the big ones. And on the Cowboys' first 2 possessions, the over-the-hill gang refused to be moved out and gave up just 19 grudging yards. On the Cowboys' first possession, the Redskin defense excelled in their turnover-creating tendency when they pried the ball loose from Robert Newhouse, giving Washington the ball near midfield. Creating turnovers has always been George Allen's formula for success, and as a repeat of the play reveals, this one was no accident. Number 27, Kenny Houston, tracked Newhouse to the sidelines, then popped the pigskin free with a well-aimed right elbow to the ball. Washington had its turnover, but the second part of their success formula did not compute. The Redskins were unable to capitalize on the break as Dallas' doomsday defense proved as ornery as Washington's over-the-hill hustle, cooling a red-hot Redskin offense that had scored 61 points in their last 2 games. Though the Redskins did not score, their fumble recovery brought 2 more Allen pet projects into play: field position and special teams. After an exchange of punts, Washington was still having trouble moving, but their troubles were occurring mainly in Dallas territory. The bits and pieces of yardage that they were able to slug out led to a Redskin punting situation from the Dallas 40. A punt that was down on the Cowboy 4-yard line, pinning Dallas in a deep hole. Roger Staubach was safe at third, but Dallas could only punch out to the 15 as the Redskin defense very nearly came up with another big play. The fumble came after the whistle, but Dallas would be forced to punt from their own goal line. And Allen called for the blocked kick attempt, remembering that earlier in the game, Danny White had mishandled a snap. This time, White would handle the ball cleanly, but Bill Malinchek got a piece of his punt. The result was a paltry 3-yard punt, giving Washington the ball on the Cowboy 18. But here again, Washington failed to take full advantage of the break when Larry Brown, number 43, let a Kilmer pass go by him to Frank Grant, but Grant could not reach it. Washington had to settle for a field goal and led 3-0. They had failed to fully capitalize on 2 big breaks, and this disturbing tendency finally caught up with them on Dallas' next possession. First, Joe Lavender's interception was no good as he caught the ball out of bounds. A different angle reveals that Lavender had Butch Johnson completely covered, but stepped over the sideline with his left foot, nullifying the interception. The Redskins misclaiming their 3rd turnover. They did, however, force Dallas to kick, but then committed a foul on the punt that returned the ball to the Cowboys. Given a 3rd chance, Dallas moved to the go-ahead score. From the Washington 12-yard line, Doug Dennison put Dallas in front 7-3. Looking at the play from up top reveals that the Redskins committed yet another mistake. Lavender had a clear shot at Dennison outside the end zone, but chose to jump on Dennison's head rather than tackle him. In a half that had been, for the most part, controlled by the Redskins, Washington now was behind 7-3. They had done what they intended to do, yet somehow it hadn't worked out. So with 1:42 to go in the half, Billy Kilmer rallied the Redskins one more time. In 51 seconds, 3 Kilmer completions for 46 yards brought Washington to the Dallas 6-yard line. With less than a minute to go, Kilmer finished the drive with yet another completion, this one to ex-Cowboy tight end Gene Fugit. Fugit's touchdown put Washington back on top 10-7. In a game the Redskins had to have, Washington was back in front. If they could stay there for the 30 minutes that remained, the Washington Redskins would be in the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys' nickel defense has been an effective deterrent against the pass all season, And this was never more evident than on the first series of the second half, when a Kilmer throw to Frank Grant was intercepted by airborne Mark Washington, number 46. Throughout the second half of the season, the Doomsday defense has remained the backbone of a Dallas team that has been having some disturbing problems generating a sustained offense. Against the Redskins, the Cowboys managed 7 measly yards passing in the first half and only 6 first downs. Determined to turn Mark Washington's theft into 6 quick points, Roger Staubach tossed a rainbow to rookie Butch Johnson, number 86. Johnson watched the ball right into his sure hands, and Dallas led 14-10. Another look at the score reveals that Johnson's superb catch resulted from an absolutely perfect pass by Staubach. Even though buffeted by the ill winds of double coverage, Staubach's pass caught Johnson dead in stride for a touchdown. Butch Johnson is a rookie from the University of California at Riverside. As a Cowboy, his main function had been as a return specialist and an emergency replacement for Golden Richards at wide receiver. Now that he has gotten a taste of starting, number 86 may just swallow the job whole. Dallas had the chance to close the door to Redskin playoff chances several times, but they never did. Though long on talent, many say they are far short on killer instinct. This inability to seize the opportunity of the moment was quite evident when time and again Dallas came up empty after forcing crucial turnovers. The Cowboys' ground attack, once the hallmark of their balanced and versatile offense, has lain comatose for 6 weeks, and then was laid to rest by the Redskins. This inability to run has put a severe strain on Roger Staubach's talents to maneuver the team out of deep trouble. Staubach's completions were infrequent in the second half as the burgundy and gold poured into his pass pocket with combination blitzes by its linebackers and safeties. A chronic injury to his throwing hand has contributed to Rodgers' absence of touch, a skill that short weeks ago was certain and deadly. With it all, Dallas had a chance to nail down their 12th victory until number 21, Doug Dennison, fumbled within sight of the decisive score. So, as usual, Dallas hopes rested on the broad shoulders of their defense, a unit even more dominant than those of the halcyon years of the late 60s. Their flex is geared to shutting down the run, and for 60 minutes, the right side of the Cowboy defense lived up to its reputation. However, the Redskins' well-conceived game plan was aimed at attacking the left side of the Doomsday defense, and that strategy bore consistent gains. Number 22, Mike Thomas, a nifty runner, whirled and twirled for 66 yards, while the heavy-duty work was accomplished by number 44, John Riggins, who tacked on 95 more. What Washington failed to achieve was a game-breaking run, and when forced to pass, the offense fell flat on its back. Through 3 quarters, the Dallas defense held on grudgingly to a slim 14-13 lead. But as the game ebbed into the final period, so too did the Cowboys' stamina, and it seemed only a matter of time before Billy Kilmer and his magnificent band of gypsies, tramps, and thieves solved the mysteries of the flex. With each new series, Kilmer gained more valuable information, And when everything was finally computed, the key to victory would be found. With just over 6 minutes to play, the Redskins struck deep into Dallas territory on Kilmer's 34-yard pass to Mike Thomas. Another look at this play shows that Kilmer exploited an all-out maximum blitz that used up 8 Cowboys rushers. That left single coverage on Thomas, who easily beat Randy Hughes to the Dallas 4-yard line. When exhaustion and a tender ankle forced Thomas to leave the game, the Redskins brought in the ghost of many playoffs past for the Dallas Cowboys. Almost forgotten, often gimpy leg, but always determined, Calvin Hill replaced Thomas and led the Redskins in spirit and deed to their appointed destiny in the playoffs. On his first carry, Hill turned back history a few years with a picture-perfect sweep into the Dallas end zone. Unfortunately, the play was ruined by a holding penalty and forced Washington to dig deep into their vast reserves of spirit and determination. With its second and goal from the 15, Hill attacked the left side of Dallas, and its Achilles heel, already wounded, finally crumbled. Two seasons ago, another wayward son, also apparently bereft of former skills and determination, had come back to flaunt his wares. His name was Dwayne Thomas. Now it was Calvin Hill, the only Dallas rusher to gain over 1,000 yards, who returned to haunt his old team. Leading 20-14 with over 4 minutes to play, the Redskins blew into Staubach like a sudden squall. Washington's defense, so sturdy all day, forced the final break when a deflected pass fell into the hands of tackle Dennis Johnson, number 61. Nothing is more finger-licking good to George Allen than a turnover when the game is in the crunch. Now Allen desperately wanted a touchdown, for a field goal would not ensure certain victory. When John McKay had O.J. Simpson at Southern Cal, his motto was, "If you have a good horse, ride him." So Allen saddled up John Riggins, and the result was a climactic touchdown. Another angle of Riggins' score illustrates that Washington completely caved in the Cowboys' usually invulnerable right side and allowed number 44 a cakewalk to 6 points. The 27-14 Washington victory not only ensured them the wild card spot in the playoffs, but gave them a tidal wave of confidence and momentum. Although they are the champions of the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, look beaten and bedraggled. And if they fail to find the answers to some serious offensive problems, they most certainly will not be unwrapping any championships on Christmas Day. For the first time ever, a George Allen-coached Redskin team left Texas Stadium not as a loser, but the winners of the biggest game of the season. Branding them losers is wishful thinking. For if they are not the most talented, they are the best prepared football team in the NFL. This week they go on to play the Purple Snowmen from Minnesota. And if the field comes up icy and slick instead of dry and fast, don't bet against them. Like George Allen says, no matter how dark the day, somewhere, somehow, his team will find the light at the end of the tunnel.